here's the next one already coming up. How can researchers determine if a journal scope aligns with the manuscript? Well, there's one very simple tool that you can use, and that is the journal webpage. The journal webpage lists a lot of their these journal self-given mission or statements. That means the journal typically has an A section on the web page and also a scope section. So they show which is their topics of interest that they want to bring out and what is their mission to bring out in their publications. And they also have an audience section that describes typically the readers of the journal. And that is the key determinant that aligns with your manuscript. There are many, many more factors to also do that, but that's the key things. The journals will select that if the paper that you submit is interesting to their readership. If that means you need to know who their readership is to see if their paper is interesting to them. There's, of course, a lot of estimation going on with that. And there's also a little bit of help that you can do because that is your opinion. If you believe that it fits with the audience and the aims and scope of the given journal, there's two recommendations that I have. First of all, talk to your colleagues, talk to your bosses. That means they have probably published quite a few papers already. The longer you're in science, the more papers you probably have. And they know the journal probably. If it's a relevant journal in your field, they will know the journal and they will know if your story fits to that. Also ask your colleagues around you, they can give you a hint, or maybe they can also recommend something else. And typically they don't recommend the typical just go for the highest and hope that it sticks, go to Nature or whatever. They recommend something that's actually important to the field. Because if we're in a certain field, for me, for example, it was virology, you read a lot more papers in Journal of Virology than you read in Nature that are relevant to you. And that might be the way to go. So ask your colleagues, ask your peers, if that's the right selection and if they have a recommendation. The other hint that I can give here is you can use a journal selection tool. There's a couple of comparative web pages on the internet. I'll also share some links, but if you search for that, both from the journal publishers that compare across their different publications, but also across all different publishers, what the ideal journal is if you upload for example, a manuscript or just an abstract. So it turns that around. It takes an abstract and recommends a ranked list to you of journals where they see the best fit. For example, Springer Nature has one of these, but of course, the Springer Nature tool will only recommend Springer Nature publications to you. But there's also something like Journal Selector that go across different publishers. They have their own ranking algorithm that basically determines the fit. And they base this just on the abstract. So it can be a nice validation for you to also check if the publication that you have selected also works for that.